Wednesday. What we're doing today, we're going to be talking about physical and chemical changes. So go ahead, read through the agenda, attendance question, watch the instruction video, and so on and so forth. So yesterday we talked about physical properties. Physical properties are or characteristics or things that are true about a substance that doesn't change what it is. So an example would be looking at the color of something, measuring the boiling point of something, the magnetism of something, the conductivity. So these are all things you can measure or observe without making a new substance. An example of a not physical property would be flammability. If I wanted to figure out if I could set something on fire, I'd have to set it on fire. And then that would change what it is. So that would not be a physical property because physical property stays what it is. So you're just looking or observing. And so go ahead, open up the Pear Deck to talk about physical and chemical changes today. Physical, something new isn't created. Chemical, something new is created. And that's the difference, the main difference between the two. Then go ahead, select physical versus chemical change, and then fill in these blanks. So for, say, blank 1, it says a bonfire is we're looking for either a physical or chemical change. So I could either click that, or I could type it in as well. But basically I want to be, you can see it's highlighted green for the blank I'm on. So if I think this one's a chemical change, I'll just click that button. But I can also go back and delete it. So if you haven't seen that type of question before, basically go to the blank that you want and then click one of the appropriate answers. So those are questions for your slides for that day. And then you have your Google Doc assignment. We have another reading assignment. We're really hounding on getting our reading skills up right now. And so it'll bring you to this lovely Google Doc right here. So for this Google Doc, you have a link to the reading assignment there. It says, read the information from the textbook located in the link below and answer the following questions. And so we have just about a page and some change here. It's broken into physical change versus chemical change. And so for the reading, you can just open this up like normal. Something you might not have seen before or done before is this open preview button. And so there's just gonna be that little picture-in-picture button. So if you click on that, it actually has that link, in this case the textbook reading, show up over here. We're gonna wait for it to load. And then if you go up to this corner, you can see how there's little arrows there. So you can make it smaller. You can make it wider, however it is best for you to read it. And then if you just click on that tab, it goes down here, click to open back up, and then of course you can still open it in another tab if you want, but that's a really handy way to not have to switch in between tabs. So I'm gonna just bring that down for a second. And so for physical change, what is a physical change? And then it tells you the page to look on. So looking at my reading, I'm looking for page 249. By golly, this is page 249. And so I'm going to go through and look to see what a physical change is and get that definition. The next question, what happens to a substance when it's dissolved? Page 252. So I'm going to scroll down here to get to 252, to that section called dissolving. So I bet if I read these two paragraphs, I'll understand what dissolving is. And then also we have question 3, explain the law of conservation of mass, also on page 252. And so for this one, I'm going to bring this down. It says, law of conservation of mass, finish the sentence below. Because the particles are the same, so on to conservation of mass, and I'm going to look to try to find that sentence. By golly, right there, because the particles are the same, both before and after a physical change, the total mass before and after the change is also the same. So the law of conservation of mass is basically saying that all of the reactants are going to equal all of the products. All of the stuff we started with will equal all the stuff at the end, basically saying that you can't just get rid of something. So like if you do a reaction, like when we did dry ice, that gas that was coming off, it didn't disappear. It's not like all of a sudden that didn't exist anymore. Those CO2 molecules, that gas was still in the air, we just couldn't see it anymore. So that's what it's saying. Everything we start with, we end with it somewhere. It just might not be in the same spot. But it might solve into the air, it might do something else. And then we have chemical change, so go ahead, answer through these. You'll notice that this question says question is optional. If you're someone that wants to learn more just about how chemical equations and chemical reactions work, I would read this section and answer this question because it's really helpful for understanding how a reaction takes place. And then a summary, explain the difference between physical and chemical change. And so that is that assignment. Submit it when you are done. And then on this next page here, we have our extension. Find cool chemical reactions or chemical changes. Chemical changes are changes that involve producing heat, light, color, or odor change. Lots of really cool chemical reactions occur in a chemical change. Search the internet for cool chemical change examples. In the text box below, link any cool videos you find, experiments you want to try, pictures of chemical changes, or ideas you have for chemical changes. You must find at least 3 examples of chemical changes in the form of videos, pictures, or websites and put them below. So basically just Google cool chemical reactions and see what you get. Go on YouTube, find some cool videos there. Basically just find some cool chemical reactions. Basically just chemistry reactions. So look for cool chemistry stuff and put them here. And then lastly, star slides. So fill out your Wednesday star slides and then check to see that you did everything. And that's what we're doing today. If you have any questions, please send me a message one thing I forgot. If you're someone whose Schoology was being weird yesterday when you were trying to do the assignment, or maybe it's not even letting you submit the assignment, try again because hopefully new day, it refreshes itself and it all works. But if not, just make sure that the assignment is shared with me. So like on Google Docs, if you hit the share button, share it with me if it's not already shared with me. So it might be shared with Emma Coleman. If not, just type in Emma Coleman and share it with me that way. So if you can't submit it, share it with me this way. All right, and that's all I got for you. Have a great day and let me know if you need anything. Bye.